and every Saturday, and every Thursday I talk about a theater Thursday. Whoa, I need some water. I'm a little groggy, so bear with me. From what I could see as far as I'm filming, whoops. Hi everybody, and welcome back to Azaria's Place. If you're new to my channel, I'm Azaria, and this is my place. Every Thursday I talk about theater or Disney, and every Saturday is a Sims Saturday. With the way I kind of plan my life, and also with the now pushed release date, I won't be doing anything on my wedding stories just yet. And so I decided I still kind of want to play around with some things. I bought some new packs. I got cottage living, tiny living, and I think kids room stuff, and maybe one other stuff pack, I think. Oh, luxury party. I'm really excited about them, and I decided today I wanted to build my first ever tiny house. As you guys may or may not know, I'm working on the building aspect of my gameplay. I'm not really great at it, and I'm actually kind of really proud of this. I'm going to walk you through my speed build today and just tell you what I did, essentially. First, I want to talk about this stuff pack. I decided I'd also use this as a way to just kind of talk about the pros and cons of tiny living. With tiny living stuff, you can build your small space, you can downsize your Sims dwelling with this brand new residential lot that provides fun size challenges and unique benefits to your Sims when they meet the tiny home requirements, which I think is really cool. I can post a screenshot of those specific benefits. There's a website that I follow that I'm sure tons of Simmers follow that kind of gives you a breakdown of every pack, what's included, what's new, what's different, and what's added. And this is stuff that I don't think I'd be able to find without this website, so I'll definitely post a screenshot detailing all of that over here. You can maximize your mini, make the most out of your Sim space with the Murphy bed combo. This medium-sized furniture combo comes with a 2-seat love seat attached to a large storage compartment, and then you can keep it cozy. Customize your Sims tiny homes with space-saving combo objects like the all-in-one stereo, TV, and bookshelf, and sleek furniture with a pop of color. Stay snug in style. So there's also some comfy new Create a Sim items like a dress shirt or a turtleneck that represent their low-key lifestyle. I won't go too much into detail because again I want to focus on my speed build, but I will definitely add in, maybe while I'm talking right now, the new items that are added. What I could see in terms of like build mode objects, there wasn't a ton, but that could just be because I really wasn't looking for them. I was just trying to use things from that pack in my build so that there was only base game and tiny living. So I wanted to try to keep that pack as much as possible, which you'll notice in the video. I think I messed up and realized that something wasn't in that pack. And I think the exterior I used was from cottage living. So I tried my best to make it mostly base game and tiny living stuff. So without further ado, I'm gonna walk you through my speed build. So, as you guys know, I don't really ever know where to start, and there's a website that I look at that tells me things. So this is a tier 2 tiny home, which is 64 tiles. I think I only use 62. I wasn't sure if it's really a tiny home if you do multiple stories. I would assume it is. It's, I guess, by square footage, essentially. So I really decided to work on the exterior first and then build from there, because obviously I'm trying to meet a certain tile requirement. So again, as you can see, there's a tiny home residential lot type, and it is tier 2. So the smallest tier is a micro home, which is 32 tiles, sorry. And the tier 3 is a small home. So I wanted something in the middle because I think a micro home would be a giant challenge for me. And again, that begs the question of whether or not you can have multiple stories. I wanted to try a 1-story home that was also tiny. So essentially it's really a starter home. And so I wanted to build the exterior first because I think that's what takes me the longest. And as we all know, roofing is not my favorite, or my best work, but I was actually really proud of what I was able to accomplish with this. As you can kind of see, I was relearning how to use build mode. I really haven't played The Sims in such a long time, and that's just because my schedule's been so crazy. And so with this, I'm finally able to get back into doing things that I really, really love to do, and that's play The Sims. And now I get to kind of work on building. So I was really excited how this came out. I think that it's a start. There's still some things I'd probably fix with the roofing here. I maybe would done it, maybe would have done it a little differently if I'd known some better ways to do it. But honestly, I'm really proud of the way this turned out. It does look like a tiny home and it looks really cute. And so I decided to make the colors for this really like wooden and black. I don't know why. I just was really attached to, I think, this exterior. Like I said, this is from Cottage Living, I'm pretty sure. And I placed all the windows first, which I normally never do, but I wanted to see how the house looked from the outside, which is not something I normally think about when I'm building. And I think that was a really good trick. I don't know if I learned that from someone online or what, but putting the windows first and then kind of building your inside around that, I think is really clever and really smart, and probably the way that people design houses to begin with. I don't know. So of course I had to use some stuff from this pack. As you can see, there's really not that much. There's 4 new bed types, which I guess that's fine. Totally doable there. The colors I really did like. So I could do everything in black. So again, I really wanted to kind of play off of black and wooded colors, and my like accent color essentially was blue. Which really worked because, as you'll see later when I do the living room area, one of the couches like accent colors for the pillows was blue. So it kind of really worked out. As you can see, I was struggling with the bathroom. I knew that I could get all this stuff to fit in a smaller tile space, but I couldn't remember how to do that. So that was me struggling there, and I kind of finally figured it out and replaced everything back in. Of course, what can you really build without cheating a little bit? So I did downsize the rug. And at some point I turned on BB Move Objects because I wanted to place things in very exact spots. Again, I black and white and some wooden colors, and I kind of went a little extra on the wallpaper. I think it's really mostly just black and white in the bathroom. I think if there were anything I would do to add to this home, it would definitely be to add more like decoration. And I wonder if I ever went back in and actually added in that tile that is missing on the inside. I don't think I did, but I wanted to do wooden floors. I think it's really nice. I went with a darker wood originally, but I didn't like it, so I went with this lighter wood. It really matches the outside really nicely, and for some reason it took me so long to find the like dark blue swatch that's like this with that bottom, I don't know what that's called, but that lip on the floor. It's not what it's called, but you know what I mean. So I decided to make it blue, and I really wanted the other rooms to be like a cream colored, not so much white. I couldn't find a lighter cream, so I went with white. And again, this is where I kind of messed up. I just love these countertops. This is maybe my favorite kitchen countertop. So you'll see me put them down and then realize that they're not in base game or Tiny Living, and that they were from, man, which pack was that? Now I can't remember. Snowy Escape, Snowy Retreat. I can't remember. They're from one of those packs. The snow one. I can't remember, with Mount Komorebi. And I realized that those were not base game or Tiny Living, and there were no new countertops of Tiny Living, which I thought was interesting. There was no like all-in-one except for that sink that I put in the bathroom was from Tiny Living, but I decided to go with the base game countertops. Totally fine. It still looks fine. And make everything black in this home, because essentially this whole extra open flooring would be the kitchen, dining room, and living room all in one. I really wanted to try to test and see how far I could go and how much I could stretch out this space with also having a full bath, because I did want to have the shower bath combo. So again, like I said, those accent colors in the couch were blue, which really worked out perfectly. And then I'm kind of playing with some furniture here and the rug. I did size it bigger because I just wanted it to fill up more space. I probably would have used a base game TV just because this TV's a little sad, but I wanted to use as much stuff in the pack as I possibly could. So I went with the tiny one. I think it's fine, but it does feel a little out of place because this house is essentially kind of like a big apartment if you think about it. That's what it feels like to me, at least. So I wanted to use as much stuff in the pack, like I said. So the coffee table I kind of just put there just to put there. Not really because I felt like it needed it, but I felt like this kind of maximized the space a bit, having the living room in front of the dining room as opposed to vice versa, because then there's more room to kind of walk around and stretch your feet. And then I just added some art in because I'm really bad at decorating the house and making it a little more like lived in. So it's 1 bedroom, 1 bath. The bedroom is kind of lame, I'm not gonna lie to you. It is just the Murphy bed combo. and that's really it. And then I decided to kind of move some stuff in the kitchen around because I didn't like the way the cabinets were when I did that. So the fridge is in the corner, moved some trash can stuff around, and then I added a hood to the oven just to fill out the wall a little bit more. And that was really hard because I couldn't find just a straight black hood, and maybe they don't make any, or maybe I just didn't like the other ones that do come in black. And that was really it. That was the home. I think it's really cute. And honestly, I'm really surprised how this turned out. It took me only 30 minutes to build, which I know may not sound like a little bit, but building is really hard. But I was really proud of how it turned out, and it's on the gallery. I think it's something. It has a number, and it's called Humble Beginnings. EID is the Singer 101. I'm really proud of it, and I hope this is like a step in the right direction in terms of building, because you guys have seen some builds from me and they have not ever been that polished. I feel like that was pretty polished. I mean, obviously I could go back and add some more clutter objects if I wanted to and really take some more time, but that's something that whoever wants to live in this home can do. So yeah, I just wanted to walk you guys through my tiny build, my first tiny house, and I think eventually I'll tackle maybe the micro home. If you guys want to get this pack, I highly recommend. I mean, when you look at the house from the pictures when you first download the pack, it was really beautiful, and I'd love to be able to build something like that. I would love to maybe try to be inspired by actual architecture at some point and do something that cool and creative. I think on the gallery when I uploaded it, I said that it needs some landscaping, which that's something that I have to work on even more so, is just landscaping the area around the houses. So I am honestly really proud of how that is so far, and I can't wait to add on to it later, and maybe I'll upload a more finished version. But it's a starter home, so I wanted it to be a home that people could kind of build up themselves if they so chose. And it's only, I think, like 17 or 19,000 simoleons. It's somewhere in that range. Onto the show tune spotlight. So today's episode is all about tiny houses and tiny living, and the only thing I could think of that involved being tiny was Seussical. It's mostly based on Horton Hears a Who, and the Who's are very tiny people. I decided to go with Here on Who from Seussical, which its music and lyrics are by Lynn Arns and Stephen Flaherty. It opened on Broadway in November of 2000 and closed in May of 2001, so go give that a listen. Recently I was kind of on a Seussical kick. I love the music, it's really fun, and that's really it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next week. It'll be a Disney week, and I'll see you for another Sim Saturday. Thanks so much for watching, and be kind.